It's our Cinco de Mayo Spectacular.
I literally last year started looking for potential lighthouse keeper jobs.
Me and the Pickle Boys, we took our kids to see the Falconer.
No offense, you're a great guy. Dumbest question I've ever been asked in my entire life.
Margarita boss? Margarita boss?
What up, burnt ones? This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. To my right, as always, you know him from Netflix on the series Tires and his amazing stand-up special Move Closer. It's Chantry.
And over here to my left is Mr. Thomas O'Brien, Emmy award-winning producer, writer, and my pal. Grab a float, put on your earphones, and drift away. Grab a Mai Tai.
Because it's great to be in the tropics with your boys.
Right. So, and that is my new Harry Styles tattoo. It's still a little raw.
You're a really big fan, man.
I think it's a good likeness.
I mean, the work is okay, Chip. The work is okay, but actually, we've already started. We've started recording.
Great.
What up, burnt ones? This is the Sunburnt podcast. We have just an absolute heater of an episode, Chip.
A banger.
A real banger. And Chip has agreed, as I read off the teases to you, to respond like he's in church.
Amen.
Amen. So here we're going. This is what we're getting into. Someone is messing with your Cinco de Mayo margarita. It's not your bartender. It's not inflation. It's the cartel.
Amen.
The mainland's mucking up poke bowls, and no one's surprised.
And also with you.
A 4-time Grammy winner is performing nightly under a banyan tree in Maui.
Hallelujah.
Hootie and the Blowfish made their stagecoach debut in Indio last weekend, and apparently they're interested in fighting the power.
And also with you.
St. Kitts is sinking airplanes on purpose.
Amen.
And the Sunburnt podcast has a new hero, Chip. He's a beach resort boss in Aruba who just got knighted by a real king.
He is risen, baby.
We got Buffett facts.
Oh, amen. I didn't know that was a whole. I was waiting for more, but amen to that, brother.
We've got Buffett facts. A fierce fighter takes fish of the week.
May the Lord bless and keep you all.
The good book has certified a man has a hotel collection that you need to check out.
Yes, you do. Hear, hear.
The Trouble in Paradise hotline is open. You can leave us a voicemail at 310-845-6038. And depending on when you call, you may hear a very, very intriguing voice, Chip. You might get to talk with somebody we've mentioned on the podcast before. They've never been on, but we got them answering the phones every once in a while, and you can have a real conversation with them if you want to.
Surprise guest, it may be the man upstairs.
It just might be. Dude, and Chip, if we use your story next week on the Sunburnt podcast, we're going to send you a bottle of this Hawaiian Tropic Sheer Touch. It might be 30. It might be 50. We're not going to promise an SPF, but we will promise you it'll be great for an old-fashioned slather. Let's get going, buddy.
Slathering it up. It's almost like communion. It really is.
It really is, dude.
We're going to Slather Town is what I like to say.
Oh, Slather Town. Oh, Chip, I am fired up, dude. These stories this week are great, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can't wait to dig into them with you. This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. If you think those two things should go together, stay tuned. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I'm going to need 2 more ironing boards and 8 more towels sent up to the room.
Mr. Chantry, you have to stop building tower forts in your room. It's against the fire codes.
I'm not building a tower fort. I'm building an empire.
Hail, Mr. Chantry. Chip!
Thomas.
It's episode 59 of the Sunburnt podcast, buddy. It's our Cinco de Mayo Spectacular.
Amazing. I can't believe it's already the Cinco of, well, Mayo, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there in the name. And, Bud, I can't help but notice you are just flying out there in the open with that Hawaiian, buddy.
It is a big day in Philadelphia for us. I can literally just wear in my basement a Hawaiian shirt with a thermal underwear underneath.
Yeah.
But no overcoating, no hoodie. It is currently 56 degrees in Philadelphia. Probably a couple more in my basement, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling summery. I was wearing shorts yesterday for a little bit. The temps are starting to creep up, and Daddy loves it.
Oh, dude, I love it so much for you, bud.
Yeah,
and also
thank you.
I love it for the thumbnails. There's a noted drop in our tropicalness when your Hawaiian is covered up by a sweatshirt.
When I'm wearing a shawl, exactly.
When you're wearing a Christian shawl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That hides your, in bird world, they'd say plumage.
If I can't live in bird world, I don't want to live at all.
Buddy, I was at a semi-tropical resort this
You were at bird world this weekend.
I was at Bird World this weekend.
Cruising some birds.
The family went to Terranea. It's like this Palos Verdes resort.
Nice.
Dude, it's beautiful. It's right in the ocean. You can see Catalina across the way.
Nice.
They have like some enrichment programs. They're trying to keep you on resort.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the offerings they have is a Falconer, Chip.
Oh.
Me and the Pickle Boys, we took our kids to see the Falconer.
Nice.
We saw
Okay, were the Pickle girls there too, or this is just the dads?
This is just the dads. Pickle girls were at the spa.
Nice.
We kind of divvy it up. The girls
nice.
take the kids sometimes, and the dads do something. We took a pickleball lesson at this very, very, these courts were overlooking the ocean, dude. And they had like a clubhouse that looked like somebody's living room with just these sweeping ocean views. It was really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Got a nice game in. One of the pickle wives made us Pickle Boy t-shirts.
Nice.
In celebration of our major championship, which we did not get trophies for, she also made us little pickleball trophies. They had a crayon on them.
Ah.
Really, really spectacular weekend. But back to the Falconer, Chip.
Yeah.
This resort used to be the home of a theme park called, I think, Marineland.
Okay.
It was like a SeaWorld ripoff, and they just filled the pools up with concrete, and right there on this peninsula built this really, really nice resort.
I'm assuming they took the fish out before they filled them up.
I would hope so. I think they relocated the marine. I don't know.
Okay.
It was a long time ago, buddy. But apparently, they were feeding all these animals like endless amounts of fish guts, and there was human food all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
A theme park. There's funnel cakes. There's French fries, and seagulls had taken over the whole resort.
It's rough, yeah.
They had learned to nest there. There was just this whole community of seagulls. So to get them away when they built this very nice resort, they started hiring falconers that would bring in falcons and hawks to chase the seagulls away.
Incredible. They have that in Ocean City. There's a guy who just
Really?
he's like a security guard, but he roams with, and I want to say it's a hawk, not a falcon, but and it keeps the seagulls literally at bay.
Yeah, it keeps them out in the bay.
Yeah.
But no, he showed us a falcon.
So he's like interacting with you then too.
There was probably 20 people there. He gave us the most in-depth rundown of what like a falconer does and like what he does on the property. And he's a burnt one. There's no way he's not a burnt one.
Of course.
He's like, I started doing falconry in the 70s. And he was like, I did it for 20, 25 years. And then something clicked in my mind, like I could get paid to do this. And he's like, I found different ways to start making money with my falcons, and now that's all I do.
Okay. By the way, so that's like 1992-ish. I'm going to put him when he has this revolution. And he's like, I can start finding out ways to make money with my falcons.
Yeah, and so what he does
is amount of the possibilities.
Yeah.
All that
feather
he could
money?
be on either side of the law with that.
Oh, I think he's playing both sides to a certain extent.
As he should be.
But what he does is he multiple times a week, like almost every day, he brings 7 birds and flies them at this resort to keep the seagulls away.
Now they have a falcon problem, but that's okay. It's a different type of problem.
It's a different type of problem. There's a lot less poo-poo. I guess that was the big deal. Is like these seagulls, they were chomping at everybody's food, but they were also making the place an absolute mess. They had to
pushing it right through. Yeah.
They had to, power wash everything all the time. But dude, he brought out a falcon, he brought out a hawk, and then he brought out this gigantic owl, dude. This owl is like Bang. It's the one that has the feather ears that shoot
Oh
up.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And he let the baby pet this big owl.
Oh, what did she think?
She said, I pet bird. Is what she thought. That was the big thought. And she was right. I touched it too. Feels like silk.
Really?
A very silky plumage.
Just a big silky owl.
A big
That
silky
makes it
owl.
a little less terrifying. Still terrifying at night for a giant owl to swoop on down, but when it's silky smooth, that is a consolation.
I think that's why they're so quiet. They fly so quiet because they got those nice feathers. Anyways, enough about that. It was a very nice weekend. The sun was out.
What a burnt one. Just a falconer, just out there.
Who chose his own path, dude. I am telling you, there is nobody I've ever met who I'm like, this guy is living a life he doesn't need a vacation from.
Right.
Which is one of the catchphrases of the podcast. It's comedy. Yeah. It's tropical travel and living a life you don't need a vacation from. That's what we're doing here, Chip.
I think I'm going to start a business where I just bring seagulls to resorts. Like I have my own flock, literally a flock of seagulls.
Yeah.
And I just bring them in to keep falcons away.
I think this is the business model that all the AI companies are using. I think they're all investing in each other. There seems to be some kind of circular money tornado. You know, we don't understand money, but we know you can make it a tornado.
We obviously know that. Yeah.
Company A invests in Company B, which invests in Company C, which invests in Company A. And they're just circulating this money to make it look good on paper. But I think you hook up with this falconer and he brings in his falcons, you bring in your seagulls, and we can just watch the money swirl around, baby.
I'm 100% in. Where do I sign?
Now we've created a bird economy. It's not part of the tagline of the podcast, but also something we've been very interested in.
BirdCon. Yeah.
BirdCon. Yeah. All right. This
episode actually is brought to you by BirdCon 27, which is coming up in Santiago this July.
Yeah, hatching soon. All right, Chip, let's just jump into it. It's time for the Algo.
For the Algo.
This is a segment we do where we talk about things that hopefully you'll like, but more importantly, our robot overlords will enjoy enough to share it with more people.
Yes, thank you, robot overlords. We flip you on your tummies and rub them so you kick those little robot legs with these stories.
Yeah, dude. AI, we're rubbing that little belly. Dude, Cinco de Mayo is coming up, and there is a big issue this year, Chip. Cartels are running up the price on limes, and margaritas this Cinco de Mayo are skyrocketing in price.
I'm glad we're getting this story out of the way. I'm incensed. I'm incensed by this.
Chip is fired up. Mexican drug cartels have moved into the lime distribution business in a serious way. They've created what they're calling an artificial supply squeeze, which is an interesting word to have in there with the limes, that's rippling all the way up to your neighborhood bars. Dude, this is a story PBS NewsHour is reporting on.
Yep.
So, like, it kind of has a little gravitas towards it that a lime story might otherwise not. And bars across the country are prepping for margarita season, Cinco de Mayo, and are getting absolutely crushed by the lime prices currently.
It's just another example of the 1% and the people with the money. Just they don't know where to stop. It's like, you are the drug cartels. You have the drugs. Great. Hey, do you want to do a little bit on the side with maybe some horse betting? Sure. Go ahead. But now they're going into citrus. Are you kidding me? Like, they don't have enough yet.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we're going to have the Sprite wars of the 2030s. That's coming around the bend.
Yeah.
Because we won't be able to have Sprite. Because the cartels will be locking it down because you just can't have your cocaine and enjoy it. No thanks. No thank
you.
Dude,
I'm going to take the other side here, dude. I've always been a fan of a smart business.
Yes, you are.
Big business. I think these guys really have their fingers on the pulse. I mean, they're operating outside of a traditional, like, business, I don't know, standards maybe?
Sure.
But they are running great businesses. They've got some really smart guys over there making it happen.
Okay, maybe I'll take it back because back in the 70s, there was a guy who followed his passion. And then 25 years later, he's like, I'm going to make it so I can make money off these birds.
Yep.
Some guy down in Guadalajara is doing the same thing with limes.
It's called narco-economic market manipulation, Chip.
That's actually my my Hotmail password, and I'll need to change it now. I'll put a 69 at the end of it.
If you guys want to get the password to the big chipper at hotmail.com, narco-economic market manipulation 69.
Yeah, check out to see who I was emailing in 2002.
Dude, the thing that makes me chuckle a little bit is like, in order for this to happen, because it's such a big shift from what they were doing before, like the main business. They were like, probably was a PowerPoint presentation where like some accountant was standing up in front of like the most powerful men in like North America and like and just talking about like fruit futures and everybody's looking around and they're just like, you know what, we've had some like very, very good products, but this lime business, that's gonna be the one, dude.
I 100% agree. And not to get into it, and I forget the full story, but like, if you want to look at just criminal behavior and just global conspiracy, check out the banana trades of the last century or so. Just what the United States has done and overthrown nations, basically, and just literally railroaded millions of people because of the price of bananas, to ship bananas up to the good old US of A. It's this is nothing new. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by these this citrus black market.
And I'm also wondering, it's just like, what's obviously like they've got a main business that is aside from the fruit thing, but who's doing more market manipulation, the cartel or like Coca-Cola when we're talking about sweet fruit juices?
It is true. That is true.
Bars are now quietly rationing limes or substituting with bottled juices, which does mean, unfortunately, that like, unless the price goes way up, what the cartel's doing means the quality of your drink is going down.
Yeah, it's
Dude, can you remember a specific margarita? Is there like one that stands out as the best, or like a margarita memory that comes to mind?
Thomas, no offense, you're a great guy. Dumbest question I've ever been asked in my entire life.
I apologize.
I am ready, locked and loaded to answer this question right now.
All right, hit me with it, buddy.
I literally had it 2 days ago.
What?
2 days ago. Yeah, had the best.
All right, well, tell us about it.
Okay, now this might be sacrilege. I will say this: I've had some great margaritas over the years on vacation. I'll tell you, right in South Philly, there are because there's great Mexican restaurants in South Philly, other places that do it. But I had my favorite margarita, and I've had it many a times. My buddy Casey Parker and his buddy Joe Gunn, they own a small chain of, well, I don't even call it, I guess a chain. They own a number of bars in Philadelphia called Jose Pistolas. One is called Pistolas del Sur, and they have there's Sancho Pistolas, and they are just really good beer bars with cocktails as well, as you'll see, with amazing Mexican food.
Wow.
And by the way, I don't know if we've mentioned this. We had the best taco at Monkey Pod
in Waikiki.
A few weeks ago, I had one that rivaled that.
Really?
Just at happy hour outside of Pistolas del Sur in South Philadelphia. You walked right past it, Thomas.
East Passyunk?
East Passyunk. Boy, you're nailing it.
Yeah, and, I remember.
I had a scallop tacos. Incredible. So maybe not Monkey Pod quality, but close. But they make there a margarita, and okay, so this is probably sacrilege. They literally have it in like kegs, like they have like a dispenser of it. So it's not just like made every time. Like I guess they make like a batch make a batch of it, and then they have it on tap. So they have margs on tap.
I love that.
And so the consistency is there. I know maybe it's like maybe the artistry isn't there, but it's and I'll tell you the key, and I've told him this many times. this margarita is not sweet, not overly sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You get the lime, you get a little of the saltiness.
Yeah.
I don't even get salt on the rim, but you just it's just very basic, and it's because it lets the tequila come out a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a little sweetness to it,
Uh-huh.
but it's just sometimes you have a marg and you're like, all right, I just had one and I'm done because I can't have all that sweetness.
All that sugar.
Oh man, I want one right now, Thomas. How about you? Where's the best marg you've ever had?
I think it's like very time and location dependent, but Playa Escondido, I always forget, where I did my honeymoon. They just had this beach bar. Like, it's actually, if you've ever seen Bachelor in Paradise, for the first, however many seasons it was around.
I have them all on DVD, so yes.
There's this little beach bar that is right there on the ocean in that show, and like that's the beach bar at this resort. They used it as a shooting location or whatever, and it's like it services this whole beachfront of the resort, and just it was the first time I think I ever really got into margaritas. Beside the the margarita machines or whatever, going out in New York there was a place called Blockheads that had these super cheap margaritas, and I would go ham on those back in the day.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Quick question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you a frozen marg or a marg on the rocks man?
It really depends. I was a frozen marg until this experience.
Okay.
Where they were out there and they were juicing the limes for real.
I'm an on the rocks guy too.
They were, they were putting the Cointreau in, they were putting the agave in, they were shaking it up.
Yeah.
And they would, there was no small ones. They were all in pint glasses.
Of course.
And they would start trying to push them on you the second you touched a beach chair. So it's 9:30 and just margarita boss? Margarita boss?
Of course.
And of course you would.
Yeah.
And I've said this many times too. It was not only was it delicious, but we had maybe 2 million margaritas over the course of our honeymoon.
Yeah.
We were there for 9 days, just at the same beach location.
Yeah.
And we ate on property every day. They had a great chef on property making all the meals there. They would come out and talk to you. There was this chicken I really liked. I told the waiter, I ordered it 3 times, and the waiter was like, let me see what I can do. And he came back out with the recipe. The chef wrote himself for how to make this poblano chicken. And it was just fantastic. So we had so much food, so many drinks.
We have so many food. We have so many food.
We have so many food.
We have so many food.
But at the end of 9 days, I was expecting the food and beverage bill to be in the tens of thousands of dollars.
Of course.
Even. The total bill was $554, something along those lines.
For the week.
For the week. Oh, no, for 9 days. For 9
days, yeah.
We did not eat one meal off property.
That's incredible.
For two people. And, I mean, we imbibing heavily. So these drinks were a fantastic value. They really took care of us. But, that was it. I fell in love with the real thing, the juiced lemon. And then during the pandemic, we experimented. We kind of dialed in a margarita we liked at the house. Mm-hmm. And, but, yeah, dude, it's a great beverage. But I really do. I like the made fresh with the limeys. And that's getting more and more expensive, bud.
It is. I know. By the way, I do want to give one other shout out to South Philadelphia's own Blue Corn. Great restaurant in the Italian market that makes one, part of my language, heck of a margarita as well. But also, I can't believe all of that food, that $500 for why are we not there now?
Great question. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was a really, really nice time. And no cell phone service, dude. No cell phone service, really not any Wi-Fi. We were disconnected on this tropical beach for almost, 10 days.
I love it. I love it.
It was a really nice time. I can't recommend it enough.
Let's, I guess, maybe buckle up for some lime shortages.
Moving on to the next story. Someone put cauliflower in a poke bowl, and a man was so infuriated, he wrote a whole defense of Hawaii because of it.
I mean, just what a little cauliflower can do.
Apparently, so Hawaii, they take a lot of pride in their poke.
Sure.
And you've had it.
Mm-hmm.
Foodland, unbelievable. It's
sitting in a parking lot in Foodland with some roosters and your father.
Yeah. Yeah, and my father.
One of the best meals of my life.
That's it. Like, the freshness is the feature, right?
And simplicity, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I don't want to bite the hand that feeds, but Foodland, the supermarket, it is just a supermarket, which I love a supermarket, but they have like the deli section is actually like a poke section where they have just different varieties. I'll be honest, like I thought mine was amazing. Like I would have had it even more simple than like the little the tangy, the spicy sauce that was on there.
Yeah.
It's like, give me some rice, give me some fish, I'm good. And it delivered.
Yeah. No, people love it. Hawaii Magazine is reporting that Hawaii's poke bowls are under cultural siege. Author Kevin Allen published a full defense of the dish's simplicity and local roots on April 21st of this year. Mm-hmm. The word poke literally means to slice or dice. Ancient Hawaiians were eating cubed fish with seaweed and kukui nuts for centuries before anyone thought to invite quinoa to the party, Chip.
Yeah.
The tradition evolved as Chinese and Japanese immigrants shaped island food culture. What you get today at local spots like Foodland is the direct descendant of that centuries-old bowl. Mm-hmm. So basically what's happened is like there's a long tradition of this being a very specific dish. And it's just spreading around. You know, it's coming to the mainland. People are advertising that they have the best poke in the world. Right. There is some poke that have like risen up the charts, like the ratings, and like surpassed some of the Hawaiian island poke. Mm-hmm. And they're just not having any of that nonsense on the islands, Chip.
No, because they're putting bells and whistles on it. You don't need bells and whistles on simple perfection.
Well, I think you do when you don't have the goods. You know what I mean? When you don't have the freshness, when you don't have the fish, you're going to put a little, chickpea / sweet pea hummus on it.
Sure.
And try and make it a thing. Drizzle some sauces on a plate. Smear them.
Speaking of the slather.
They're slathering these things. Mm-hmm. I think Alan is right. Poke's not a format.
No.
It's a place, and freshness isn't a feature. It's the whole point.
Just cubed fish and rice, and that's all you need.
I'm not even a fish person, and I will go to bat for this.
You will defend it.
This feels spot on, buddy.
I know. That's why everybody just they want to put their own little spin on it. It's just like keep it over the plate, baby.
All right, man. Moving on. Chip, can I lay out a dream scenario for you?
Lay it on me, babe.
A 4-time Grammy winner is playing nightly shows at an outdoor venue that cuddles right up under a historic banyan tree in Maui.
All right. Okay. The perfect scenario right there.
We love banyan trees, and we love live music underneath them with craft cocktails. Yeah. And this one includes what they're describing, self-described, as a incredible charcuterie board offering.
Just keep the offers coming, man.
I'm going to lay it down to you. Hawaii Magazine is reporting that the Royal Lahaina Resort and Bungalows in Kaanapali, Maui, launched a nightly concert series called The Branches at their outdoor music venue beneath a century-old banyan tree.
That is perfection.
The headliner is Kalani Pea, a 4-time Grammy-winning singer and songwriter performing regularly alongside local musicians at what is technically a resort lawn. It's just part of the resort. It's out there right under this banyan tree. Kalani is the absolute man. He's released 4 studio albums, and 100% of them have been Grammy winners. This guy is 4 for 4. He's
nailing it.
Perfection, dude. This guy, undefeated, man.
Yeah.
The concert series was launched November 2024. Don't know why we're just hearing about it now. Right. Directly after the Lahaina fires displaced hundreds of musicians who lost their regular gigs and income overnight. So the concert series was built as something to like rebuild the community and give these artists someplace to work and perform after their like livelihood. And, for some of them, probably their houses were wiped out.
Right.
They came together. It's a little bit further up the coast, just a little north of Lahaina. Mm-hmm. And it's been going strong ever since. And they've just grown it. Like, they have apparently like this amazing cocktail selection. They've got the charcuterie boards we've talked about. Mm-hmm. And yeah, dude, you can just go out there. The weather's perfect. The sun's setting. I'm sure there's like a cool lighting setup. And they just have all this amazing music from like a lot of local artists. And then the headliner comes out, and it's this Grammy-winning like Hawaiian superstar, dude. This is a, dream evening, a dream way to spend a night, dude. Just kicking back with all this going on.
I want to go.
I know you want to go, Chip. Do you care? Do you care about charcuterie boards at all?
I thought you were going to ask me about Shakira.
Hips don't lie.
I will say I feel the same way about Shakira as I do charcuterie boards. I think they're just great. I don't necessarily delve into either too much.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for both of them. How about you? Are you a charcuterie guy?
No, I never got it. Got it. For me, I'll be there with the cocktails all day long. But if somebody's bragging about their charcute, I'm just like, okay. Like, I like a cheese. I like a cracker. I think I get a little weird about meats on boards. Like, meats just sitting out.
So maybe you and I should split a charcuterie board sometime, because I'll take the meats, but I don't like the cheeses.
Oh, my God.
We switch it around. And I will say, like, I don't need meat just sitting out all day. But, sitting out a little bit, I'll take it. I'll go for it. I see a little piece of bologna on the sidewalk. I'll eat it. Whatever. Couldn't have been there for that long.
Dude, that is great. But everything else about this sounds perfect, man. It just takes me back to our nights at the beach bar in Waikiki, baby.
At the Moana, just under that banyan tree.
Under that banyan tree, dude. That's the all-timer, dude. The things that dreams are made of. Now, Chip, from your perfect evening to maybe your perfect career.
Okay.
The government's hiring lighthouse keepers again, and they want you to know, Chip, they still have your application on file from last year.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of profanity in it that they didn't like, but they said I was eligible to edit that, which I think is nice.
Yeah, they give you second chances, but I think it also comes along with a mental evaluation, and you, by your own account, said you might have struggled with some of those questions.
I did. But that's what lighthouses are for, is to show you the way. And I think I'm learning from that example, which I think will help on the essay portion of the of the application. I've literally, and I'm surprised I missed this story until you brought it up.
Yeah.
I literally last year started looking for potential lighthouse keeper jobs. Here's why. First of all, always loved a lighthouse. Yeah. Love going to Maine. We visited Portland Head Lighthouse, which is in South Portland, Maine. It's probably the most beautiful, or maybe like most pictured, photographed lighthouse, at least probably on the East Coast. Like, I mean, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And but the solitude is just, you're in that little house, and you just got to run upstairs every once in a while, check that light, check the little things, run back down, and then you're good. And you just sit there, read your books. You just do your thing. And my wife works for like historic commissions.
Right.
So it's like, maybe she could get the job being like the historic lighthouse, the historic liaison, maybe gives the tour guides, all that stuff. And then I would just be the guy to, switch the light bulbs.
You guys would be a lighthouse power couple.
The agency's in charge of lighthousing. Come talk to your boy. It would be the perfect job for me.
I'll tell you right now, the National Park Service is actively recruiting volunteer lighthouse keepers across the U.S., including Boston Light in Massachusetts and Point Reyes in California.
I would love it so much. Like, I guess some people wouldn't like the solitude. If I got my wife, I got my dog there, hey, we can do the podcast as long as the Wi-Fi is working.
Yeah, you got to have a nice Wi-Fi if you want to podcast from any of these lighthouses.
But imagine how cool this would look instead of a basement. at the top of a lighthouse.
Get up there in the top. Yeah, that'd be good luck. The profession dates back to 2080 BC, before Common Era, before Christ.
And then he became the light of the world.
280 years later.
Some odd years later, yeah.
The NPS Volunteers Program lets regular people apply online to actually live at and operate working lighthouses for extended periods. The job postings went viral as a dream job, triggering thousands of applications from people who romanticize the solitude until their Wi-Fi cuts out for 6 minutes.
People are going to lose it then.
The application reportedly includes questions addressing your tolerance for isolation, fog, and repetitive tasks.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a personality quiz where I love prolonged fog gets you an A+ instead of a very concerning grade.
There is a Venn diagram there of lighthouse operators and somebody who would make a good serial killer.
I think it's a little closer to this Venn diagram.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much just a circle. It is just a one circle.
Have you seen that A24 movie, Lighthouse?
Yes, with was it Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson, Defoe.
Yes.
Willem.
Yeah. Oh, great! It's wild. It's disturbing. And
Yeah,
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's spot on, dude. I think it's spot on. I think these places will drive you mad when you consider like that. There's some lighthouses in great weather areas.
Yes,
but a majority of them are really needed because you can't see land, dude.
It's just fog. It's cold. It's rainy.
Isolation in poor weather is not a good recipe for this young man.
Okay. Yeah.
I get a little seasonally depressed.
It'd be nice if it was just a sunny day out there every day, but that's not the case.
There's also something romantic about having a job you know you can do.
The commute's great.
And it's just quiet, dude.
Yeah.
It just dulls that noise. You hear the sound of the waves and really nothing else.
Right.
I don't know if you saw it, but in Oahu, right on the other side of Diamond Head, there's like a little lighthouse right on the cliff there.
I have pictures of it. It's literally like at the foot of Diamond Head. You looked at, you're up top on Diamond Head. You look down and it's right there.
To the other side,
Yes. Oh, I took photos of it. Yes. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
It's really cool. And that weather is phenom. So
that has to be like the greatest job right there.
Yeah. And it's literally a walk into Waikiki from there. Like that's not even a sacrifice.
Right.
They probably don't have a traditional lighthouse keeper there. Maybe they do. Maybe that's the greatest job in the world.
I think we need to get it. I think we need to find it out. Yeah. That's it. There's a great Instagram account that a guy is a lighthouse keeper. I forget where he's from. If it's from Europe or maybe it's just like North America, maybe like Canada somewhere. And he walks out at the top of his lighthouse to give, and there's usually like a title card of like, now I'm going to explain like this phenomenon. And he just starts talking to the camera. But the wind is so loud that you can never hear he gives a whole thing. And you never hear a single word he says. And it's one of my favorites, one of the most hilarious things.
Does he know you can't
hear words? He sells it. He sells it. And it's so funny because he's like, now I'm going to tell you about the history of this. And he walks out and it's just... it's incredible.
That's a funny bit. Yeah. I think there also could be a fun like Instagram account about like somebody who is just like advertising it as... an Instagram account of buildings that look like wieners.
Okay, wiener buildings.
And it's just lighthouses. It's just different lighthouses.
Yeah, like you never mention the fact that there are lighthouses, that they're all on the shore. You just like all of these houses look like wieners. Wiener homes.
Wiener homes. Oh,
and nobody ever mentions that it's a lighthouse.
Shiny wiener homes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look at that blinking wiener.
All right, buddy. We're moving on, getting into a little pop culture here, buddy.
Yeah.
Hootie and the Blowfish are back, baby.
Speaking of poke.
Yeah, a little Blowfish poke. And they're playing a country festival, and they've gone hip-hop, Chip.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Rolling Stones reported that Hootie and the Blowfish made their Stagecoach debut this week in Indio, California, and it got weird fast. Hootie and the Blowfish, famous 90s band.
Yep.
A number of hits, baby. And then they just kind of disappeared because the lead singer got into like a country frame of mind.
Darius Rucker just decides he's going solo, country.
The band performed a full set of 90s classics, including Hannah Jane, Let Her Cry,
Let her cry.
Hold My Hand,
Mm-hmm.
and Time. Basically, every song that made me have feelings in my Toyota Camry in the 1990s.
That's it, baby. That's my freshman year of college right there. Yeah.
Frontman Darius Rucker has been living a double life for years as Hootie or a Blowfish. I don't really know what Darius...
He was not Hootie. I remember he used to get, not annoyed, but they always thought he was Hootie and then they were the Blowfish.
It makes sense.
I know the history. Apparently there was a guy at their college, I think, that they called Hootie because he had these like big eyes or something like that. Speaking of owls that your daughter got to pet.
Yeah.
And then there was this other guy they called the Blowfish for whatever reason, probably for the way he looked. And apparently they walked into a party together and somebody's like, hey, there's Hootie and the Blowfish. And then they took that name and that's where it came about.
That's all time, man. That's great.
Could you imagine being Hootie or the Blowfish and having to hear that for decades after that? That nickname, that pejorative nickname that your peers in college gave to you.
It's not good. There's some bad nicknames. If you get stuck with a bad nickname, like I guess you have to like play it off as you don't care, but like it's devastating lifelong if you get a bad nickname.
Yeah.
Like, Merv the Perv, that would be a pretty bad one.
Sure. Yeah, it's and then I think it just. Do you ever think that like it just people forget the origin? Then sometimes, I mean, obviously Merv the Perv, it's in there, but I had some friends who like it just became who they were, and I just forgot why they even were called that. But then you think about it, you're like, oh, that's because they defecated here freshman year of college at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's nicknames can be a dangerous mistress, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's an episode of Seinfeld where George, for some reason, really wants to be called T-Bone.
Yes.
So he sets up a bunch of scenarios where, like, he wants people to recognize that he's ordered a T-bone steak and call him T-Bone. Like, he's actively chasing after that name.
It's so sweaty.
It's the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, you just get given a nickname, and it's either good or bad, and you have to kind of take it. You can't really leave it if other people won't let it die. But the idea that you're chasing after a specific name.
Yeah, you can't manufacture your own.
But I do like to be called T-Bone.
I mean, I call you T-Bone sometimes. I like to be called, even though I'm not a dad, I like to be called Daddy sometimes, or like Diddy, or like P. Diddy, or like
Diddy.
Puff Daddy. I like to be called like those nicknames sometimes. And I give them to myself. It's just like, and again, you can see that nothing ever goes wrong with the psyche of a person who gives themselves multiple nicknames.
Absolutely, dude. So, like, Coachella is kind of, a sister festival to Stagecoach, just like the pop culture one and then the country culture one, I guess.
Sure.
Stagecoach is like all country music, and they're always trying to manufacture these moments, these viral moments. So Hootie and the Blowfish is back, but that's not enough. They got to do something weird.
Yeah.
So they have Hootie and the Blowfish bring out Public Enemy to have a mashup of Public Enemy. So Chuck D and Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav, one of my favorite country artists of all time.
Absolutely, dude. You can't think about a tumbleweed without thinking about Flavor Flav.
Nope. No.
Just, grill in, clock on, just out there bouncing around. So, yeah, it's like all these people are watching Hootie, and then they're like...
He just has a weather vane around his neck. Yeah.
I think that's a more appropriate look for this specific festival. Yeah. And then you just have all these, like, guys wearing, like, cowboy hats and boots, and gals in their Daisy Dukes. And, like, these are people that have never thought about fighting the power a day in their life.
Never.
And they're out there.
They're not ready to do the right thing.
No. Just like I guess, like, people say they liked it, but I just can't think of how awkward. It's like a rock band at Coachella who's, like, I guess kind of, or not Coachella, it's Stagecoach. Who I guess makes sense because Darius Rucker is a country star now. But
they were very sort of country adjacent, very like Americana kind of music. Yeah, just like straight of a rock, nothing crazy. Yeah,
I guess, but like I just thought of it like as emotional rock music growing up. Yeah. It was like I would put it closer to Alanis Morissette than a country band.
Catchy, yes, yeah.
So you got them, and then you mix it with Public Enemy and you say, deal with this, country music festival.
I kind of love it. It's just sort of like shocking. It's like, so two of the best, I mean, one of the best hip hop groups of all time. So you're seeing that, you're being surprised by that.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe, I don't want to cast aspersions on all the attendees of Stagecoach, but I'm assuming I can make some assumptions about what their views on the world are. Maybe it broadened their view a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe it was just like, oh, that was really cool. I saw that. I'm going to start listening to some more hip hop. Or just I get to tell my friends at home that I saw Chuck D and now I'm kind of cool. So maybe I can expand my horizons, broaden my horizons a little bit.
I'm sure there was some of that going on for sure. I just thought it was an odd mix.
Very odd. Yes.
And I'm fired up about Hootie, dude. I love all those tunes.
Time? Come on.
Great tunes. But we're heading back to the tropics, buddy.
Yeah, we are.
St. Kitts, Caribbean island to the stars, has deliberately sunk an aircraft in the Caribbean Sea.
Who are they? The CIA? There, I said it.
And I think it's kind of cool. It's like twofold. They're dropping this airplane into the sea, and it's going to help bring some coral back.
It's like a 737 reef. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And like fish are going to be able to thrive around it. It's going to be like really good for the environment, but it's also going to be an interesting thing to dive around.
Oh, absolutely. Could you imagine being able to go in there, just float around, maybe seeing an in-flight movie down there, just as you're scuba diving through, grabbing some peanuts?
You will have to continue just to imagine it, because with your collapsed lung history, there's no scuba for you. You are not for scuba.
Yeah. I do understand that they did have to remove all the seats before they submerged it because, as you know, those seat cushions do become flotation devices.
Yeah.
Would have popped that whole plane right up.
That was the first year of this process, was them trying to figure out, like, why is this thing still floating?
Why is it still popping up?
And it was just like, those flotation devices are no joke.
No. I think it's a great idea. I think it's wonderful. It's good for, I would assume and hope, good for the environment. They're just building up these reefs. It makes it interesting. It's like, it's not just going to waste this metal and other stuff. Like they're utilizing it for good. They're turning it around. The only bad thing I saw was I did see the story that when, unfortunately, when vacationing there, Sully Sullenberg had a complete nervous breakdown. Other than that, 2 thumbs up.
If your name ain't Sully and you don't have that very specific past, this might be a place for you to go to. But yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome. And like, unlike a regular airplane crash, they got to suck all the jet fuel out first.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, it's down there. I'm sure they treated some things with like anti-rust.
Right.
It's going to be fun. And it's just going to be like, a little fish tank under the water. You got your little plane down there and people are checking it out.
Planes, trains, some, like some cars, maybe like an old tractor trailer.
Yeah.
Throw it all down there. Come on.
A 1986 Toyota Camry playing a little Hootie down there,
Yeah. Just one of those tape decks that the face comes out so thieves can't take it.
Heck yeah, dude.
Got something for everybody for those little fishies down there.
Something for everybody. All right, man. One more story. A guy who runs a beach resort in Aruba just got knighted by an actual king. For
running a resort. I love this. This is up our alley. I think it's yet another thing to aspire to. I want to operate a Lighthouse someday.
Yeah.
I want to go to that concert under the banyan tree. I want to check out that underwater airplane, and I want to do such a good job, you and I, running our own resort that we literally get knighted.
Yeah, so he got knighted. It was largely for his, what shall we call it, environmental conservation efforts.
That's a good reason to get knighted.
Yeah.
Just for tickling those ivories, Sir Elton John. I mean, the guy's a musical legend, but
yeah,
I mean, he's literally tickling ivories. Not the most environmentally sound practice,
especially if it's real ivory. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is very unsustainable.
Tusk.
Ewald Bemis, founder of Busiti and Terra Beach Resort in Aruba, which is consistently one of the most acclaimed boutique properties in the Caribbean, has been awarded the Order of the Orange Nassau by Dutch King Willem-Alexander. So, like, this is real deal knighthood. This man opened a resort. It's decided, like, I want to give a little something back, or at least not, like, lessen the impact of the tourism that I'm bringing to this island. And so he just did the thing he loved that he wanted to do, and he did it so right that a Dutch king was like, you're going to be a knight, my man.
I think that's one thing that's wrong with America right now. We don't have kings. We can't get knighted. No matter how good of a job you and I do somewhere here in our home country, the United States, nobody's going to put a sword to our shoulder and dub us. I feel like I would be much more inspired and enthusiastic and energetic to, like, accomplish my goals if I knew knighthood was on the other side of it.
We have to understand.
Literally the best we can do is, if we do a really good job this year, we'll, like, go to a UFC fight with Cash Patel. Like, that's the top. That's the top, apparently. That's the ceiling.
I would like to go to UFC fight. Like, we can leave Cash Patel out of it, dude. That guy seems like a weird hang, man.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. You've targeted something human here, Chip. Something real. Something that's inside all of us. We want to be knighted. So we don't have a pathway here. So I think that's something the Sunburnt podcast can bring to the burnt ones. We can knight them burnt ones.
Oh, okay. So we're on the other side of it.
Yeah.
We're the knighters, not the knighties.
We're providing a service. We didn't choose this. We were chosen.
We pulled that sword out of that coconut.
Yeah. Exactly. We pulled the sword out of the coconut, and we can give them a little tap and then slather.
Dub them with the slather. Tap, tap, slather.
Tap, tap, slather.
Yep.
We dub you a burnt one. And then they anoint themselves. I think this is something that we can start doing at the live events, Chip.
That's the difference between you and I, Thomas. I come with problems. You come with solutions.
Dude, you can't have a solution without a problem. It's once again, you're the meat and I'm the cheese on the charcuterie board of life.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really putting it all together today, Chip.
You are the resort. I am the underwater defunct airplane.
Yes. I love it, dude.
You are 30,000 white people in cowboy hats. I am Chuck D.
That's it for the Algo. This has been For the Algo.
Hopefully we get dubbed by those robot overlords.
Yeah, thank you, robots. We love you, robots.
Love you, robot.
Please share it with all the burnt ones out there. We want you to be part of the crew. And that reminds me, if you haven't subscribed to the Sunburnt podcast, numbers are numbers and facts are facts.
Yes.
If you haven't subscribed, you're probably never going to see us again. So if you want more For the Algos, if you want more tropical comedy news,
if you want more stories about airplanes that have gone into the ocean, but in a nice way,
then subscribe, baby. We'd love to have you join the party.
Yeah.
Chip, it's time for Buffett facts, baby.
I got a great Buffett fact this week. I did big research.
Tell me about it, man.
Really deep dive here. Okay. Jimmy Buffett did not own a television because he preferred the simple things in life. Also, he needed a place to plug in his third daiquiri machine.
Yeah, dude. He had priorities.
There's not that many outlets around the beach house.
No.
Are you gonna have a television, or are you gonna have a third daiquiri machine? I'm gonna have a third daiquiri machine.
That's hilarious. A third daiquiri machine. I did a little digging myself this week, Chip.
You got a Buffett fact.
Jimmy Buffett scholars often debate if he actually celebrated Cinco de Mayo. And the truth is he did. 365 days a year.
All year round. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
A full-time celebrator.
Bring that spirit of Christmas, but really Cinco de Mayo.
It's all Cinco de Mayo, baby. All right, Chip. We've moved on past Buffett facts. The man, the legend, one of the all-time burnt ones.
Yes.
Somebody we like to model our train of thought after and our lives. Living a life he did not need a vacation from.
Yes.
Now things start to splish. things start to splash. I can
Yep.
hear the tropical waters starting to rage. It's time for the Sunburnt Podcast, Fish of the Week.
Fish of the week.
Our hero of the deep, Chip. Who do we got this week?
We got a great one, Thomas. This one is sleek, beautiful, and deadly.
Oh, a femme fatale.
Almost, exactly. This is Achilles, the Achilles tang, a.k.a.
Whoa.
the Achilles surgeonfish.
Wow.
So, tang, the delicious breakfast drink, or
Yeah.
surgeons, somebody who cuts you open and saves your life. Both great things. So this is Achilles, the Achilles tang, or the Achilles surgeonfish. Let's just say this surgeon, Thomas, doesn't take your health insurance, but he'll cut you open anyway.
Ooh.
All right. Now, Achilles looks beautiful. I mean, check him out here, okay? He's a flat 10-inch oval. He's got a sleek body, black with a bright orange teardrop near his tail. He looks like he belongs in your parents' basement because he's shaped like a ping pong paddle and painted like a lava lamp. But despite his docile, trippy beauty, Achilles is a heel.
Okay.
He is an agent of chaos. This is my favorite thing about him. Achilles and the other surgeonfish, aka Achilles tangs, they live in shallow, high-energy surge zones in tropical reefs. So like where the ocean is really pumping up, kicking up that foam.
They like the chaos.
It's nature's mosh pit is what it is. And he just loves it there. He's just chilling out in this just crazy anarchy, okay?
Yeah.
He's got a sweet little mouth down at the bottom of his body, little pouty lips there, but with razor sharp teeth in there that he uses to just chomp along the reefs 24/7, looking for algae, looking for other little signs of life. I don't know, Nowlandators, Twizzlers, whatever he can find just down there, just nibbling off. You put him down in one of those airplanes, he's going to nibble right through it, baby. That's what he's going to do, okay?
I love it.
But it's not his mouth and his sharp teeth you have to worry about. It's right behind that orange teardrop in the rear.
Yeah.
Achilles has the scariest weapon in the 7 seas, Thomas. Do you know what it is?
I have no idea.
Butt knives.
Butt knives.
He's got butt knives. He's got these little tiny spines that pop out of his tail, okay? All right? So they're tucked in. But they pop out like little switchblades, and again, like that surgeon, he will cut you open.
Oh
and
my
slice
gosh.
and dice you.
Oh
Okay?
my gosh. Butt knives.
Forget poke. He will slice and cube you up real good. Okay,
Oh my gosh.
but don't worry, Thomas. Don't worry. You, my friend, are in the clear. Okay.
Okay.
Achilles only attacks other surgeonfish. Other
Really?
Achilles tanks. He doesn't like competition. He only attacks his own. Okay? He's
Wow.
normally very chill in his little marine mosh pit there.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing black and orange, so if you're an Orioles fan or if
Yeah.
you are David S. Pumpkins, he is coming for you.
He's coming
and he
for
will
you.
cut you open. And that is our boy Achilles, the Achilles tang, a.k.a. the Achilles surgeonfish.
Oh, Achilles. Whoa.
Our fish of the week.
What a menace, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Achilles is a bad hombre.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But what a looker, too. What a sleek fish.
Uh-huh. Yeah, fight the power of that reef is what I got to say.
Dude. What a wild fish, buddy. Hats off, Achilles. Congratulations on being Sunburnt Podcast Fish of the Week. All right, dude. Now it's time to crack open the good book, Chip.
I'm so ready. Thomas, lay on us. Thomas, just lay on us.
I will lay upon you
Lay upon us.
a world record. I got a question for you, Chip. What's green, squishy, and worth its weight in gold to the brunch crowd?
I don't think it's Kermit the Frog.
It's not. Chip, my record's about to dip, and it's going to blow your freaking mind. I'm taking you to Toncitaro, Mexico, the avocado capital of the world, where they set the record for the largest guacamole in history.
Whoa.
Chip, this is serious, dude. I need you to guess.
Yeah.
How many pounds of guacamole are we talking about here, buddy? What do you think?
Are we talking like 100 pounds?
Chip, that's so cute. That is so cute. We are talking about 91 pounds of guacamole. For context, that's roughly the weight of 5 full-grown hippopotamuses.
5 full-grown hippoguacs. Wow.
Dude, it's an incredible amount of guacamole. On April 10th, 2026, so this just happened.
Yeah.
The 13th annual avocado festival happened in this region that produces approximately 40% of Mexico's entire avocado supply.
Wow.
800 plus volunteers came together to set the Guinness World Record for the largest guacamole ever made, with a Guinness adjudicator on site to make it all official. This is the real deal, Guinness record.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't improvised. It's the 13th annual attempt to go bigger and guacier, meaning that this town has been building towards 7 tons of guac for over a decade.
Wow.
So just like little Chip Chantry, when he hit his teens, they've started to go overboard with the snacks.
He really did. Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Guinness has specific rules about temperature, consistency, and edibility for every food record.
Oh, that makes sense. So you can't just make like a pizza that's not cooked or whatever.
Every pound. They had to go pound by pound and make sure that almost all 7 tons of guacamole had to be technically eatable.
That's a lot of avocados right there.
It's so many avocados. And famously, what makes this so like decadent of a record is, you know how fast guacamole goes bad?
Real quick. It turns, doesn't it?
Like, you're not putting this in the fridge and eating it for weeks.
No.
It's like you got half an hour tops.
Yeah, like, let's do this, Guinness.
You got to do it. So it's just like so much excess. But yeah, dude, 13 years they've had this goal to get up to this amount of guacamole. They did it. It's all edible. And it took 800 plus people to make it all come together, plus just a buttload of avocados. Can you imagine Achilles out there with his little butt knives helping out?
Just slicing and dicing.
That would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, Tancitaro.
Well done, guys.
What a delicious record to ring in Cinco de Mayo with.
Muy bien.
Muy bien. Chip, what do you got, buddy? What did the good book point you to this week?
We're going to go at a little different angle then. Love all the guac. This one's a little less sticky.
Uh-huh.
We're heading up to Livermore, California. Are you familiar?
I'm a little less familiar with that than some other locations in California.
Yeah,
but
I believe it's Livermore. I believe it's outside of like San Jose, San Francisco.
Okay. Yeah. I know
there,
that.
Outside the Bay Area.
The Yay area.
There lives a man named Morten Sorensen.
Okay.
He grew up in Denmark, but he lives in California now.
Wow.
But he is a traveler for work. He travels for decades. He's traveled, and he has now the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest collection of hotel key cards.
Wow. Oh, so he's a consummate hotel stayer.
So you know when you do the little express checkout when you leave the hotel and you just drop it? He never drops them off. He keeps those babies.
Okay. So he's been just collecting these his whole life, I assume.
Yeah, since he said about 30 years. So I think he was an adult, but it was when he really started traveling.
Yeah.
And of course, back then too, probably when he was a kid, there weren't key cards. You actually had that hotel room key. Remember how crazy that was, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Get the key to the room.
Yeah, so in I believe it was the 90s, he started traveling, he started collecting his hotel room keys.
Uh-huh.
And as of June 2023, he owns 1,136 separate hotel room keys.
And he used them all? He's not like acquiring these from other people, or is
he has used a lot of them. His wallet must be huge.
Yeah, he's got a thickie.
Thicky, baby. After a while, some of his friends and family, they started to donate. When they would go on vacations, they would then give him his. But a lot of these were on his own. He has collected, like I said, for about 30 years. He's also become an expert in the history and evolution of the hotel key card. I thought this was pretty interesting.
That makes sense.
He was talking about there are 3 eras of the hotel key card, Thomas. I bet you couldn't list the 3 eras.
I mean, this is a Taylor Swift type question.
I'm going on the Eras tour right now.
Yeah, so tell me about it.
After the key was phased out, so after the key, the first types were hole punches. So they were hole punch. You would stick it in, and there would be a hole punch, like you're clocking in for the day.
Yeah.
Those were not really too efficient to manufacture. It was a whole thing. So they moved on after a while to the good old, probably my least favorite ones, the old magnet stripes. Just like a
credit card.
Just like a credit card. You swipe it through, and half the time it wouldn't work because it would get deactivated in your wallet because it was next to your Discover card, Thomas. Or, your Dick's Sporting Good, whatever.
Yeah.
So now we are in the NFC card era, the old tappy tap.
I love a nice tap.
Where you just tap. And I think I told you this. I think we said it on the podcast back in the fall. I was up in Maine, not too far away from some lighthouses, at the Cliff House Resort doing some shows. And I didn't have a key card. They just gave me a bracelet, a nice little rope bracelet with a little cork thing that looked like a watch head. But then you just swipe that on there and tapped it. And there you go.
Give a little tap, tap, tap-a-row.
So he has 1,136 hotel keys. Sorensen was in Lake Tahoe vacationing in June of 2023 when they contacted him that he was the record holder. Guinness called his hotel to tell him the good news, but ironically, he was locked out of his room.
Couldn't answer.
And I don't know if you know, Thomas, the most difficult part of having the world's largest hotel card collection. Do you know what it is?
I mean, I have no clue.
It's convincing your wife that you're not having numerous affairs.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's you gotta be like, hey, these are all just mine. I'm just a connoisseur, Debbie.
Yeah, little Debbie.
Congrats to Morten Sorensen, a man with a cool hobby who loves to travel and who should be a prime suspect if there are ever a rash of hotel robberies. We salute you, Morten Sorensen.
You've got that access, baby. You've
you
got
do.
that access. Well, everybody, that's it for the Sunburnt podcast, where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Until next time, stay burnt. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I'm going to need 2 more ironing boards and 8 more towels sent up to the room.
Mr. Chantry, you have to stop building tower forts in your room. It's against the fire codes.
I'm not building a tower fort. I'm building an empire.
Hail, Mr. Chantry.